Hello, creative friends. This is Sandy. Today I'm sharing a project that I created from my creative scrapbook using the October limited edition kit. This beautiful kit features papers from 49 Market's vintage orchard range, and it includes papers and laser cuts and other ephemera pieces. There's also a Vicki Boutin stencil and florals from 49 Market as well as from Prima Marketing. And there's also some foam stickers from Simple Stories Acorn Lane. Here you can see that I'm getting ready to mount my photo, which is a free photo from Unsplash, but I thought it went well with the autumn themed papers. I really love this color range. I love all things fall, whether it's in my wardrobe, nice cozy sweater, or whether it's in my scrapbook elements. I really gravitate to these colors, so this was a fun kit for me to use this month. Anyway, I'm using some corrugated cardboard here to elevate my photo. I really like dimension on my projects as well as texture, so frequently I elevate things with corrugated cardboard or with foam squares just to get things a little bit up off the background paper. So there, I'm getting ready to see where I want the photo, and then I decide that I want to punch one edge of the lighter colored paper here. There are some elements in the laser cut pack that have a notched edge, and so I thought this would be a nice replication of that theme. And then I kind of distressed the edge just a little bit to go with the fall, leaves falling, decay kind of theme. So I thought that would work well. It's really a fairly simple, straightforward layout. I haven't done any mixed media on it, so I didn't put any clear gesso or anything like this on my papers. So anyway, I get the second paper layering there on top of the background paper, and I'm using art glitter glue to adhere that. Throughout the video, I'm using either art glitter glue, which dries quickly and is very stable, or I'm using the Beacon fabric tack, which if I want something to be a little bit more repositionable for just a little while. I really prefer Beacon's 3-in-1, but I didn't have any on hand, and the odor is kind of strong with that as well, so I thought this time around I'd try the fabric tack and see how that does for me. Anyway, there's the little strips that I was talking about earlier that have that little notched edge. And so I'm getting that in place. Later I do go back and I trim those strips just a little bit shorter. I actually did that when I was photographing. And there you'll see the cut file that's pre-cut and included in the kit. I backed it off camera with some green papers from the kit. I'm a little messy doing that, and it's a little tedious for me, so I thought I would save time and do that off camera. Now over to the right, I'm using some note cards that I cut from one of the papers. I really liked that wood grain paper there with a little quote about summer collapsing into fall. And it helps to extend the paper, the focus across the page. I used my T-square there to line everything up. I tend to do that when I'm doing a video, on camera. Otherwise, I walk over to my laser square from We Are Memory Keepers. I really like to use that to make sure my photos are lined up, as well as my other elements. It's very frustrating when when your page is completed and things aren't lining up like you need them to be. And here I'm adhering the pumpkin. I do go back a little later and reposition it a little bit because it wasn't quite as high as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to nestle a little closer to the photo. And you'll see that towards the end of the video. Now I'm just adding some laser cut pieces as well as some ephemera pieces that are included in the kit. Of course, they're all fall themed, so just perfect for this element. And now I'm auditioning some of the laser cut pieces to layer and include over the die cut from the kit. I love that little subtitle that I put on the photo. There's several of those in the kit. They have a little faux stitching across the top, and that, just adds to the texture and the idea of things decaying and being distressed. Now I'm just playing with one of the bows and deciding whether I want it to be up or down. And now I'm just using some foam squares to elevate some of these laser cut pieces in ephemera bits. I wanted everything to be very layered on this project, since I didn't really do any mixed media, just to kind of give a good design. I wanted to include lots of fun little elements. Now I'm committing to glue, as you will, and get everything down once I've decided where I want them to be. I like the little striped frame. That comes in several colors in the kit. And now again, I'm just lining things up with my T-square. I really think the leaves over to the left of the pumpkin really help it pop better on top of that lighter colored paper beneath it. I did also use a little inking around the pumpkin just to help it have a finished off look. Pardon me for doing some inking on camera, but I wasn't sure what elements I was going to use for sure, so I wanted to make sure I was going to use those before I came back and inked them. There I was just lifting the leaves a little bit because they were just a little too stuck to the page. Alright, now I'm ready to commit to that little vignette there at the bottom of the page. I'm going to include that little apple cart. And then the leaves I thought was a nice touch to put between the boots and the cart. Pardon me for being off camera there a little bit. And now I'm really ready to finish that up. And I'm going to go ahead and put the bow in place. Just use a little dab of glue. And then I think that's a really cute leaf rake that's included in the laser cuts. And I just wanted to use it somewhere, so I thought I'd place it upside down and let the red kind of pop against the wood grain note card there. And I'm going to use a little foam square to adhere it. It's just kind of a fun detail. Alright, I think I'm pleased with how everything is. And now I'm going to proceed with doing a little final touch of, oh, I forgot. I do have 3 circular pieces that are from the ephemera bits. And here I'm going to put some foam squares on them. I really like the peach one. Trying to figure out the numbers there, but in the end I decided I want the peach to be straight up and down. And then I add one over to the left for balance, and then I have a third one that I'm going to come back and use right beside to my photo there. It's the one with the golden butterfly. Trying to do a bit of a triangular pattern so that everything's not lined up absolutely straight on those 3 circular bits. And last, I'm going to put on the little scarecrow, and I'm inking him. There's actually 3 scarecrows included in the laser cuts, which are part of the kit. I've used 2 of them on a different project. They look to be more like boy and girl, and so I included those 2 on another project, which you'll see soon. I like him there because, well, maybe he's a her, but it's a little bit lighter color, so it really pops against the darker background. And then finally, I come back and place another layer behind all my frames. It was one of the elements from the ephemera pack. And here you can see me doing some paint splattering with white acrylic paint. I'm just using my trusty dusty triangular brush I've had for years. And I'm trying not to overdo it, just doing a little bit to make everything blend. And here are some final photos. I hope you enjoy them. You can find details below about how to order a kit. Thanks for coming by today. And I hope you enjoy this kit as much as I did. See you next time.